Welcome back to the Patia family homestead. We're back out in the garden for about 10 minutes today. It has been raining, it has been a little bit warmer again, but we're gonna dip back down into cold nights. So I've got a cover, but I thought before I covered, I'd take just a couple of minutes. I have about 10 minutes before I need to be back in the house. So I thought I'd take a couple of minutes and use this handy dandy tool I got from Mindful Farmer. And it's pretty much like a hula hoe or a stirrup hoe, but just not totally stirruped. And then you have a spot where you can like dig in and pull up the roots, or make holes for planting. The cat just got in here. Make holes for planting, or this edge is pretty sharp and it's beveled, and so you can use it like the stirrup hoe. So I'm going to get in here and utilize this and get some stuff done and cover up these plants really fast. Coming after the cat, I just realized, look at that, the garlic is starting to come up. That'll be fine. That means it's putting down some roots. Something is digging in here, and I don't think it's the cats because they haven't been able to get in here really, but that may be squirrels trying to hide things away. So at first glance you don't see a lot, but there is a garlic, and there's a garlic right there. Okay, so I'm actually going to open up the netting here. I don't want to open this for too long because I don't want moths and stuff to get in, but I need to have access. And then I'm going to take this handy tool and just come along the things. Ooh, yeah, that's not. Come along the things that I know I don't want in here. This ground is really wet from the rain last night. This section I'm going to go ahead and just go like this with, because that's where my hole is. And with our rain from last night, I really want to make sure that I am keeping these healthier and deep. Okay, let's see what we got going here. So this would be easier to rub across if it wasn't so wet. But I'm taking down some of it. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time this morning, but I do want to get a little bit of this done. May not be perfect. But stopping some of this growth is beneficial. That kale is pretty much dead. It didn't make it. So I'm just going to let you go. Pull this out. Ooh, I'm loving what I'm seeing though. Look. We got worms. Put you back under the ground. You don't like sunlight, I know. Okay. I'm not going to do that back side right now. What I did right here will be enough for now. Oh, what am I doing? I'm putting my frost cover back on. All right, that's okay. Put that down. Roll this down. Okay, as good as I'm doing right now. Very excited about this beautiful kale. I love it. So in here I have scarlet kale, ragged jack, the dino kale, and then blue scotched curled kale. And this is pretty frost hardy without the cover. However, I really wanted it set up to last as long into the winter as I can, and I was a little late planting it. These were kind of stunted, and so I'm glad to see they're doing as good as they are and that they're still growing. And then this winter, hopefully I can have some delicious stuff in my soups. So on my oh, hi Momo, you're getting out of the garden. Look, this is Trouble that came into garden. This one I don't think I'm gonna work in right now because I really want to take this whole thing off and get into it. But those are cabbages. They're looking great. The center is Brussels sprouts, and the outer end is calendula, which there is a calendula blooming. About to bloom anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and cover this up. Get this. Ooh, I can't roll that back down yet. We could do partial. I'm going to need to pull some more this way, but it's tucked in. That's it for that bed. I'm not going to do much there. These carrots have spurted up even more. So they're getting close to that 2 feet. I never thinned these, which is a problem. They're not going to get super big because of that. However, they're still growing. They're still doing good. So at this point, I'm letting them be, and I'm going to harvest them when my daughter's here, I think is the plan. So I'm also not going to weed in this bed. The kale was the one I really wanted to get done today. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these in, and then on another video I will show you what my plan is for the frost cover. So if you missed it, There was a burn pile down there, and the ashes came up and melted some of the frost cover in little spots. So somebody suggested that I take some of the extra from the end on that side and use fabric glue and cut pieces and glue it on and allow it to dry. Now, we have rain off and on all this week, but I'm thinking as long as it's clear over Christmas, I'm going to try to do that and allow it to dry, and then see how that withstands to the weather. So I'll take you along with me on that journey when I actually have a chance to do so. But for now, I'm going to cover this up. I'll check that back corner down there. I'm going to see how everything's doing under there with you guys, and then that's probably going to be close to the end of the video. I'll see if there's anything else at the end I want to talk about. So I wanted to show you this bed. We did not cover it, and this says snapdragons and pansies with our giant red leaf mustard. They looked pretty hard after one of the frosts, but they actually came back. They're doing good. I've got flowers, which is awesome. So they're doing pretty good out here without the cupboard. But those are sub-zero pansies. And then this is the area we're going to work on now. So this corner I have kind of been skeptical on, but so far it's looking good. This is our broccoli and our cauliflower down here. I don't see any heads coming on. So that's a good sign right now because they still need to be growing. But I am going to keep an eye on those. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up just for a second here. So I will say that this area is getting too hot, I think. I'm going to have to come in here after the weather clears. I need to be opening this side up more. It's getting some powdery mildew up here, and so I want to deal with that. And this guy's dead. Let's see what we got going. Oh, it's too squishy. So this guy died, but he's squishy, so I'm not gonna, he rotted, so I'm not gonna eat him, which is a bummer. Beautiful turnip though. So one of the things I've been nervous about with this bed is it's so long and I don't have it divided that I can't really, it's just harder to unroll this thing. So I usually do the top, but I really need to be doing the bottom. And I have a section in the center here that doesn't have any white bars. You can kind of see through. This was supposed to be open. There's no netting over this. And this had the basil in it. That has not survived the frost. It is dead. So that death in there, while our days are getting a little warmer, is going to cause this to kind of have some disease going in here. So I really need to get in here and get that basil out. But this is not the week that that's going to happen. I'm working 6 days this week. It's the holiday season. It's not going to happen this week. So hopefully next week I will be able to hop out here for a little bit after Christmas and pull some of this. I'll get rid of the peppers, I'll get rid of the dead basil, and really just take care of this area. But even without cover, we still have beautiful thyme, and lemon thyme. I'll pop the camera down so you can see those. It's our lemon thyme. That's our regular thyme. It's actually doing really well. Again, there's our pansies and our red leaf mustard. That's doing great. And down here, surprisingly, our parsley made a comeback and is doing well, and so is our curled leaf parsley. Everything else down here is dead as a doornail. So I'll be doing some garden work in here, but overall this is doing really well. For as hands-off as I have been the last couple of months, I've really only been opening and closing the frost cover. I did plant the flowers out here, but I did the mulch. I planted the garlic. Other than that, I really haven't done much. I am going to probably rake up at some point here, rake up some of these leaves from the pathway and get them into the garden beds again. And just to clean it up out here and to get this area looking better, because I haven't done much out here. I haven't even had to water. Even though we've had long bouts between water, it's been cooler, and so it hasn't been going through the water, and we're downhill, so any water that's coming from up above is still rolling under the earth, and so the plants are still getting stuff, which is good, and the covers help keep that area moist and humid, which is a problem when it comes to powdery mildew if it's too warm, which we've had a couple of warmer days, which is why I'm trying to open them in the daytime, but we'll see. We have the shortest day of the year coming up next week, and then after that we start getting longer and longer days. Again, I'm not doing a spring garden, but I am going to try to keep whatever I can growing out of what we already have for as long as we can. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me and spending a little bit of time in the garden with me. I'm going to pop up a really cute picture of the cat that I took because it was up in this playhouse. So I'm going to pop that in. We got the cat out. We're in good shape. Everything's covered for the cold. And we'll see you back here for the next video.